First, when you have an able recruit, you go into one of 4 locations for the Discord link. The Discord link is displayed in front of the gate, at the front of the entrance, at the rear of the entrance, and at the inside. If the recruit does not have Discord, they can only remain as an E1 infantry for the remainder of them in the Discord server. After that, you have to request them off the group with an admin accepting them hopefully shortly. After the recruit is successfully into the Discord and the group, you will have to take them back to the classroom. Follow me to the classroom. After that, you will proceed to let them know that we'll go over the rules, the ranks, the uniform, the drill, and they'll be heading outside. Let's go over the rules real quick. Now covering over the rules. The rules are as simple as following. All you have to do is tell them 1 through 13. 1 through 13 is quite simple and easy. But the major rules is Rule 5, no jumping from other servers. When you are saying Rule 5, you also have to end note that we do not do any forms of war. We actually look down upon it. We do not participate in any raids. We do not participate in any out-of-server drama. Next is Rule 11. Do not ask for promotions. You have to earn them. If the cadet ever wants to ask for a promotion, to do it formally. Formally being, as stated, I believe I deserve a promotion due to I have done blank, blank, and blank. A more convincing term than I want a promotion. Next is Rule 12. Always on uniform when you're in armory, aka base. Always be in uniform when you're with us, because you wearing your uniform goes a lot more deeper than what you think. AKA, you're not only representing yourself, you're representing the man next to you, your battalion, and the server entirely. Next, Rule 13. No KKK, no Nazi, nor terrorist talk or avatars. If you are spotted wearing one of these selected avatars, or talking or repping, you will be giving a 5-minute timer. 5-minute timer with a verbal warning. If you exceed over this 5-minute timer, you will be kicked out the instance, and so we'll refer to the 3 kicking rule. At the end of the rules, aka 1 through 13, always tell them to please, when you are done with your basic training, to read over them. They are located in the classroom, in the MP office, in the group bio, and in the Discord server. Let's over to the ranks, shall we? Okay. Beginning with the ranks, you have to let the cadet know that they will be starting as an E1 private. The E1 private is the regular infantryman. When they hit E4 corporal, they can enlist in the DI cadet program. The DI cadet program is the program you can become a DI. If you succeed in this program, you can reach the rank of sergeant to staff sergeant. If you do not participate or fail the DI cadet program, you will continue your ranks as following. All warrant officer ranks, or aka W1 through 4, is only for 1st Marine pilots. Only official pilots get that rank. And all officer ranks through 01 to 010 has to be respected. And remember, the highest rank that you can receive as a soldier is 09, due to our General Johns is RO10. Alright, now we're going over their rules and their ranks. Let's go over the uniform, shall we? After you go over the rules and ranks, it's time for uniforms. When the cadet is sitting at the chair, you have to give them the USMC-1970's based uniform. As space uniform, they have to be kindly instructed to reset their avatar of all customizations if they've prior to have it. Looky there. Nice and clean. After that, so they do not look like a complete jarhead, receive to Here Gear and to GI Cap Vic. After that, the recruit has to be stated not to customize their avatar any further. As the USMC-1970's base uniform has almost 45 different customizations. But with the uniform comes 3 major rules and 1 major order. Let's begin with the 3 major rules. First, being no impersonation. Impersonation is simple. If you're not a MP or a cavalryman or any other battalion, do not wear their uniform nor their assets. Simple. Second, rule 2. No overlapping. And overlapping is simply stated as this. Ugly, unclean. Make sure the cadet knows not to do this. And the last one, no giving our uniforms out. That is almost a kickable offense. Now we went over the 3 rules. Time to go over the major order. On every Thursday, we always wear our dress uniform. Dress uniforms are stated as the following. With your dress uniform in the uniforms tab, make sure to turn off t-shirt and garrison cap. This is the dress uniform of the recruits. Make sure they know it. We wear it every Thursday to give respects and payments to the IRO Marines who wear it every day. So do not disrespect the dress uniform. Continuing out of the dress uniform, that is the basic uniform regulations. Let's go over to the drill. Since we went over uniforms, time for the basic drill. In the UMC 1970s, we have around 7 basic drill commands. First, beginning with our most common one, lock it up. When the command of lock it up is given, the cadets or soldiers in practice have to say locked, sir, or yes, sir, or ma'am, depending on drill instructor. After they say yes, sir, locked, sir, to go mute on their mic. Because in the UMC 1970s, we do not do any red comms, blue comms, yellow comms, or any kind of nonsensical stuff like that. A major thing to point out is as drill instructors or as officers yourselves, you cannot say shut up. That is very unprofessional. Continuing, we have the two forms of attention. We have attention to orders. Attention to orders is given in a uncircumcised setting, aka if you guys are in a circle, if you guys are splayed out. Attention to orders means you quickly turn your mic off and you look at the CO or DI who is giving orders. Attention on deck is if you're standing up, your arms will be firmly placed by your side as following, or if you're sitting down with your hands across. The reason why the hands across is to make sure they are paying attention. How do you get out of a form of attention? We have two basic at rest. First is at ease, which you'll go down or relax. Next is at rest, which is the same command, just a different scenario. Next is our formal present arms, which is the right hand American salute. If you're wearing a cover or a helmet, to go to the brim of the object. If you are not, to go to the corner of your glasses or to your eyebrows. The only way to get out of a present arms is for a CO or a DI to call order arms, except for if you are saluting to an officer. If you are saluting to an officer and they do not salute back and they walk away, you have 20 seconds to put your hand down. But if this officer salutes back at you, you let the officer drop their hand first. Then you drop yours. If you drop your hand before the officer, that is viewed as disrespectful and you're rushing the officer. Continuing, we have our major one. The command of fallout. The command of fallout is how it's given, is on the command of fallout, follow it to a selected area. When the CO or DI says fallout, the cadets will stand up next to their seats, say, fallout, aye, sir, and get straight to it. Remember, discipline is key. So, revising all of them again is lock it up, attention to orders, attention on deck, at ease, at rest, prison arms, order arms, and fall out. The key one is fall in. When the DI or drill instructor says fall in, he means to a selected area. A lot of our lines here at the USMC-1970s are highlighted for the exact reason. Make sure your cadets know this. Continuing. Now, to actually practice the command of fall out. You will instruct your cadets to stand up next to your seats and say, on the command of fall out to the back area and follow me. Fall out. The cadets should, and you will not move until they will. Take a step back, say, aye, sir, yes, sir, or any kind of sound off command. And then as soon as all cadets at present says, fall out, you will go to the back and continue with the training. This is our lineup / drill deck. First, you get them on the line. Then you teach them faces. We'll go over that here shortly. But if a cadet at the time has a problem with the faces, they can go into the circle of shame. to teach them the lefts and rights. Let's demonstrate those faces. Continuing, make sure all your cadets are followed into the first line at the platoon. Make sure all your cadets are addressed to the right side, keeping them nice and organized. After that, you may call them to attention. Then, you teach them their classic faces, left, right, and about. I have a cadet here to demonstrate. Left, face, about, face, right, face, about, face. If your cadet already knows their faces prior, do the simple test, as I just showed you. Next, we'll be moving on our rifle drill. Continuing with the training, we have our simple rifle drill. You'll be using the M14 located in the armory on base. With this rifle drill, you would demonstrate and teach them the basics, from order to port to left shoulder, back to port, and to right shoulder. After those, you bring them back to port, to order, and then to present. Remember then, the only way to get out of present arms is to someone to call you back to order arms. Never forget to salute the rifle. Luckily, I have a cadet here to demonstrate. Port arms. And always remember to have a rifle yourself to give an example to the cadet you are training. Left shoulder, arms. Port arms. Right shoulder, arms. Port arms. Order arms. Present arms. Order arms. Next is our final rifle drill. Simply parade rest. Parade rest is demonstrated like this. Teaching this is optional in your training. Remember, the only way to get out of parade rest is to someone call you back to attention. That is enough rifle drill for today. Next is the quick base tour. With all cadets on the way to the PT course, you'll give them a small tour. The tour includes telling what the picnic tables are. The picnic tables are for the moments you want to mess around. Next is our mortar pool, our shooting range, and our armory. The armory is when all of our rifles are located. Let's head to the PT course now. Action. Cut. On the way to the PT course, make sure all your cadets click the radio. The radio is the teleport to the PT course. Welcome to the PT course. This is where all the fun happens. Remember, your cadets, to line up here, be at the start and the end of your training. Let's go over the course, shall we? Starting off with the beginning of the course, the totem poles. This is where all the cadets line up to begin the course. We are running forward to the right. Beginning with the obstacles. The first obstacle is a quick little jump. Second, 2 little bumps. Remember, in this program, we have a PT and a non-PT ribbon. If your cadet has the PT ribbon, they will go through the course as the PT course. If your cadet does not have the PT ribbon, it will be the running course. I'll be demonstrating both. Now, let's head to the other side. Continuing with the logs. If your cadet is running the PT course, the first station is right here. 15 push-ups. If your cadet is doing the running course, they'll be running over the logs, as demonstrated by the cadet. When your cadet eventually succeeds or fails, if your cadet fails, they have to restart and hop back over the logs. Let's head to the next station, shall we? Continuing with the basic training, after your cadet eventually succeeds with the logs, they have to be demonstrated to hop over the wall. We should continue. Continuing, now it's to the pipes. If your cadet is running the PT course, they'll do 15 jumping jacks in the middle column. If your cadet is doing the running course, they will run over the pipes, as demonstrated. Oof, those pipes are tricky. We'll head over to the next running course station. Continuing. Time to test their turning. All cadets have to go through this portion of the obstacles. So when the cadet turns, do not jump over, but turns around the obstacle, as demonstrated here. Ooh, that was tricky. Time to move on to the next station. Continuing on is our crawling test. All cadets have to go through this. It's either simple by a crouch or a crawl, demonstrated by the cadet. Ooh, that was tricky. Time for the next station. Continuing on, if your cadet is running the PT course, after the crawling test, they have to do 15 squats. Action. Continuing on. Time for the last obstacle, the bridge. Every cadet has to go through it. demonstrated by this cadet. Ooh, that was tricky. Time to finish the course. After a cadet passes the columns, that is 1 lap. If your cadet is a male and running the PT course, he has to run it for 4 entire laps. If your cadet is a female and running the PT course, it is 3. All male and females, if they are doing the running course, it is 4 laps. After the laps, they'll be located at the platoon lineup area in the PT area. Let's head there now. With ending the training, making sure you, as the DI or the CO, has the PT limit of 30. You can only give a cadet 30 of one exercise. But continuing on is the 5-question quiz. This quiz determines is your cadet able to fully join the UMC of the 1970s. With these 5 simple questions, it covers over the entirety of the basic training. If your cadet fails, you have to completely retrain your entire cadet. If your cadet passes these 5 simple questions, your cadet is let free into the UMC of the 1970s. Questions are as follow. What is our motto? Our current motto is "We are better." What is one of our uniform rules? All 3 of our uniform rules is 1, no impersonation, 2, no overlapping, and 3, no cloning. Third, what is our opinion on war? We do not like it, or what ranks have to be respected? All officers, or everyone above and below me. And 5, what is the reason why we wear the dress uniforms every Thursday? If you did not ask that question, you can also suit a following of what do we wear every Thursday? These questions are very simple, but it can tell a lot about a cadet. If your cadet gets most of those questions correct, at least 3 out of the 5, your cadet is able to pass. When passing and graduating cadet training, you tell them about the server. In the UMC 1970s, we have battalions. Currently, we have 82nd Airborne, which is our recon, MP Division, which is our enforcers, 1st Marines, which is our pilot, 1st Cavalry, which is our tanks, and we have drill teams. Drill teams are our secondary jobs. If the cadet wants to join a team or a division, they are able to enroll a request. After the training, making sure they're in uniform and properly in the Discord and the group, your cadet is able to freely go. So, I'll be letting this cadet go. On the command of follow out of my PT area, and welcome to the UMC of 1970s. Follow! Action. Well, that is the basic training for the UMC 1970s. Remember, this is the current training. It is able to change. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please DM your local higher up. Other than that, have a lovely day, and a great afternoon.